If you look at Bitcoin right now, it's going to be driven by institutional adoption as an asset.
How you think about the development of Bitcoin as a global store of value.
So when you look at the next 4 to 8 years, the institutional adoption is driven by the utterances of the chair of the CFTC.
Look, I'm going to be completely honest here. I'm in over my head on the Bitcoin stuff. This has legitimately ruined my life. If I could sell it all right now, I would.
FASB accounting, the fair value accounting adoption by the adoption by the FDIC.
But we have to wait for break even. That's what I keep telling myself, just wait for break even. I'm going insane having to deal with these Bitcoin maxis who think they know what they're talking about.
I think the Bank of America has embraced Bitcoin. Big deal.
I've been secretly buying NFTs on Ethereum for months now. Bitcoin fucking sucks. I should have bought Ethereum, I really should have. I bought a few pudgy penguins last night just to feel something.
Right? Celsius is a bank, BlockFi is a bank, FTX is a bank, Voyager is a bank. They're not going to cross the chasm and continue with us in the next decade.
They helped me get through the pain of holding this absolute scam of a boomer coin. I'm praying for one more cycle, then I'm rotating all into Ethereum. There is a second best, and it's Bitcoin.
Bitcoin right now, it's going to be driven by institutional adoption as an asset, and it's also going to be driven by technology utility.
I'm not here to scare you, but what I'm about to share might put the fear of God deep in your soul. And by God, I mean AI. It is advancing so fast.
What I used to tell is when I decided to buy Bitcoin in 2020, I told my broker at Merrill Lynch, which is a division of Bank of America, I said, I think I want to buy Bitcoin. Can you sell it to me? He said, I can't even talk about it. I get fired about that. MicroStrategy is a way to invest in the digital transformation of money. And we're a gateway to the macro and crypto economy, allowing investors to either go short, go long, or trade the volatility. I said, okay, well, I want to wire $175 million somewhere else. So I wired the money, and I bought the Bitcoin, still have the Bitcoin. So our strategy is to buy and hold Bitcoin. And the key for us is to be consistent, transparent, and responsible in the pursuit of that strategy. And we're unique in that regard. They're going to be replaced with JP Morgan and Bank of America and BNY Mellon and Fidelity. And that's going to go a long way toward institutional adoption and driving Bitcoin as a store of value.
That being said, you did sell some Bitcoin. I realized tax loss harvesting at the end of last year. Would you plan to sell more if need be?
We're always considering ways that we can take advantage of this multi-billion-dollar asset. Not one Satoshi would I sell. Let me tell you how serious I am. When I had to wire the million Satoshis for the meme competition, I was like, I have to buy this stuff because there's no way I want to be short Bitcoin when I'm giving it away or paying it. And as you know, there's volatility and there's some unique tax treatment. So in that case, we were able to generate a $34 million tax loss, and we were able to carry it back against taxable gains. We look forward, and from time to time we may see opportunities, but we're fairly prudent and responsible in considering those things. 2 years go by, and just last week, my secretary called me. She says, hey, Merrill Lynch sent a bunch of documents over and they want you to sign them. And I said, well, what? I didn't ask for anything. She said, well, you have to sign these documents so that you can buy Bitcoin with Bank of America, and they want you to sign them now.
Let's talk a little bit about tech, because MicroStrategy is really essentially two companies in one. Holding the Bitcoin, which we'll talk more about in just a moment, but also business intelligence, enterprise software company as well. Continuing to see some resilience in that part of the business.
The explosion of Lightning, I describe this as, in 1991, you had TCP/IP and we had the internet, but not many people used it. In 1994, you had the Netscape browser, and that was the killer app for the internet.
One of the things we've discussed in the past is how the Bitcoin part of the business has helped to feed or even strengthen the business case for the software part of the business. Does that continue given the fact that Bitcoin, and I realize we've had this rally in the last couple of weeks, but it's down so dramatically from the highs just less than a year and a half ago?
Okay, so now, they wouldn't sell it to me, and now they're jamming it down my throat. So that's like a leak for you guys. Like presumably if Merrill Lynch is going to all their clients saying, fill this out.
Well, it's been great for our company. Our employee turnover is at an all-time low. So I think it's good. It's good for our shareholders. They've enjoyed great returns. It's great for the employees. It's great for the
consumer side. A killer app that's like a Lightning wallet that moves digital dollars and BTC and swaps in and out of local currency. When you can move the peso, the dollar, and the BTC in the hands of anybody in Argentina.
Customers. Ultimately, the big idea here is that money is technology that allows us to transfer economic energy through time and space. And we're seeing and living through a digital transformation of money. Everybody wants to move assets at the speed of light, friction-free, 24/7, 365.
I don't know why every adult in Argentina wouldn't download that, right? And so that'll go to billions of people. So the killer app for Lightning is coming. Obviously, it's a work in progress. We got to keep improving the protocol. We got to keep refining it.
MicroStrategy's Bitcoin strategy is just a way to invest in that. And the enthusiasm over Bitcoin is really billions of people on the planet that want to move their money faster and more frequently. And they're chafing at the restrictions of the 20th century analog finance economy.
You're going to see hundreds of millions and then billions of people downloading these applications. My firm's working on an application to monetize any website so that you could basically say, hey, come fill out an application form to be a credit card customer or to be an insurance customer.
So how are you continuing to propel that argument and potentially monetize it at MicroStrategy? And I ask that because I know you stepped aside as CEO last year, and part of the reason was to be able to focus more on this type of integration and on this type of new concept.
Again, this is where the politicians are going to help us out. They're going to keep printing money, right? You think we're tightening momentarily in the U.S., but they're not going to tighten the rest of the world. They're going to print money in every single country. All their currencies are going to continue to weaken.
The most exciting thing going on right now in the digital monetary world is Lightning. Lightning is a layer 2 open protocol for moving Bitcoin transactions in a split second for a fraction of a penny. In essence, Lightning is money over IP. And if you think about the world as it changed after TCP/IP and moving data over IP and then voice over IP.
And if you fill out that form and that survey, we'll give you a Lightning wallet and we'll fill it with 1 million Satoshis. And you just put that out on a tweet, you get 800,000 people to hit your website, 800,000 Lightning wallets spin up, and you click on it, it gives you a barcode, you scan it, and the Satoshis flow to any open Lightning wallet in the world.
Lightning promises to allow millions of companies to provide transactions in real time with billions of consumers. MicroStrategy is actually developing MicroStrategy Lightning, our own enterprise Lightning offering. And we're going to allow CMOs to offer Lightning rewards or Bitcoin reward.
We're going to onboard hundreds of thousands and millions of people when those kind of applications get going. That's going to create massive demand for Bitcoin and massive enthusiasm for this and change the narrative. That'll be the second driver, right? And the third driver,
it's like a universal frequent flyer program to hundreds of thousands or millions of their customers, all of their employees, all of their prospects at the speed of light off of the website. So we're very enthusiastic about that.
And you're betting there's demand for this?
Yeah, like right now, companies spend billions of dollars on digital marketing.
The Fed took us into a steep nosedive, nearly crashed the currency when they took the interest rates from 280 basis points to 180 to 5 basis points on the 1 year. And then they pulled up and they brought the interest rate from 12 basis points up to 470 basis points on a 1-year treasury in 12 months.
They give it to Google, they give it to Facebook, and they spend that money on ads in order to get people to come to their website. What if you could just give the billions of dollars in money directly to your customers and your prospects and you cut out the advertising?
And it's kind of like that strafing run in Maverick when the guy goes down in the valley, nearly crashes, and pulls up and pulls 10 Gs and just about rips the wings off the plane.